well, many people would say that we're overseas for, the oil, right? I mean, for oil interests, for, basically hired security for the oil interests, and that fuels our consumption, our mobility through our vehicles and stuff like that, and that, you already know where I'm going with this, man. But I heard you say that and you were passionate about it. You were kind of saying like that vehicles and the whole industry behind the fuel to get somebody to ride their car down the street, that there's a lot of unseen damage in the world that happens. Can you touch a little bit on that, man? Can we get into that a little bit? Because I had never heard that perspective. I always thought of vehicles as a form of freedom, that you can just take off somewhere. But
sure. But, I mean, they are. I mean, they're absolutely are little miniature boxes of freedom. But so is an F-16. If you could get in one of those, but that doesn't mean it's a good idea. You know what I mean, or whatever. I mean, something can be, anything can have great things about it and tragic things about it at the same time. It's just an inanimate object. It depends on how we use it, right? And as a society, we just haven't questioned it in so long. We haven't questioned what we're doing in these things, or why we're using them the way we're using them. I lost a friend when I was 16 in a car accident. I know most people have. We lose 35,000 people a year. A lot of them young people, because young people are dumb and don't know how to drive. And I drove like an idiot when I was young. Very reckless. And we don't think about how cars have changed our society, what they've done to, I don't know if anyone's done an extensive century-long study of this. They probably have, but I can think of periods of time where cars have completely changed how society coexists. There's a thing here that happened in most of the major industrialized cities of the North, was called white flight, where the former residents of the urban centers of America lost their political power to the Democrats mostly, but also minorities and other things. And they just left. They just packed their bags and moved 20 miles outside of the city. And this is how we have suburbia, why we have suburbia, or a big reason as to why we have suburbia is because they had the option of, well, we'll just drive there. When we have to go downtown for whatever reason or to go to work, well, we'll just drive there. So now you have tens of millions of people that now have to drive umpteen extra miles every day. And now you have this entire gigantic industry of oil to fuel this gigantic machine. And that's just one decade, right? I mean, that's just one little decade of change, all made possible by this one technology. Now, that's not to say that the car is bad, right? It's just at the individual level and at the societal level, we just never think about what we're doing with these things, why we have them. Is it beneficial to our lives? Is it making me happier or not? And I just found at some point in my life, I went and lived in New York for a few years. And I just noticed overall that I was a happier person when I didn't drive around in a car. And then I talked to some doctors about it, and they explained to me the impact that driving has on your brain, that you don't notice because it's so normal. I'm
all ears now, man. I'm all ears listening to this for sure, man, because I drive all day from job site to job site. So yeah, man, keep rolling on this, man. Yeah, please.
I mean, if you think about, if you just picked up a guy who was living in a hunter-gatherer society, right, and had never seen machinery before ever, and you put him in a miniature cat, right, with one of them little dumper things, and you said, all right, this is the lever that does it, now just go ahead, right? And he's in there, like, and he's in this machine, like, his brain is like on overload, right? I mean, the concept of it and the danger, but because we live in an industrialized Western society, we don't think that operating heavy machinery is that big a deal. We wake up, have our coffee, go operate some heavy machinery, and then check out and be like, oh, no big deal. No, but your brain, it doesn't, it's not the whole time. It's like, this is incredibly dangerous. What are you doing? You're nuts. Get out of here. Don't stop doing this. Right. It's having this rapid fire conversation to try to keep you alive because it thinks you're in danger. And the stress that puts on your body, on everything in your mind, we don't take account for it. We don't account for it at the personal level, and we certainly don't account for it at the societal level. And we lose all these people, and I'm not trying to start a campaign against cars. That's just how I feel about it. And I found personally for myself that I'm happier when I don't ride around in a car, as often. When I don't have to drive every day, I'm a happier person. So I just try to construct my life so I don't have to use a car.